As a Christian who follows Jesus, one may wonder if vaccines are necessary for their health and well-being. Some individuals may argue that vaccines are not required for Christians, citing their faith in God's protection and healing power. This viewpoint may be rooted in the belief that God is the ultimate healer and that faith alone is sufficient to protect against illnesses. However, this perspective is not entirely accurate and can be misleading. Firstly, it is essential to understand that the Bible does not explicitly state that vaccines are necessary for Christians. In fact, the Bible emphasizes the importance of taking care of one's body, which is considered a temple of the Holy Spirit, 1 Corinthians 6:19-20. This implies that Christians have a responsibility to maintain their physical health and seek medical attention when necessary. Vaccines, as a preventative measure, can be seen as a way to honor God by taking care of one's body and protecting oneself and others from harm. Moreover, vaccines have been proven to be highly effective in preventing the spread of diseases and protecting individuals from serious illnesses. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), vaccines have saved millions of lives and have been instrumental in controlling and eliminating many diseases such as smallpox and polio. By choosing not to vaccinate, Christians may be putting themselves and others at risk of contracting serious diseases, which can have devastating consequences. Another argument against the notion that vaccines are necessary for Christians is that it can be seen as a lack of trust in God's sovereignty. If God is all-powerful and all-knowing, then he can certainly use vaccines as a means to protect his people. In fact, many Christians believe that God works through human discoveries and advancements, including medical science, to bring about healing and protection. By rejecting vaccines, Christians may be essentially saying that they do not trust God to work through human means to achieve his purposes. It is also important to consider the concept of loving one's neighbor as oneself, which is a fundamental principle of Christianity, Mark 12:31. By choosing not to vaccinate, Christians may be putting their neighbors, especially those who are most vulnerable, such as the elderly and young children, at risk of contracting diseases. This can be seen as a failure to love and care for one's neighbors, which is a critical aspect of being a follower of Jesus. In addition, the idea that vaccines are necessary for Christians can be seen as a form of health and wealth gospel, which emphasizes that God will always protect and heal believers from harm. While it is true that God can and does heal, this perspective can be misleading and can lead to a lack of responsibility and stewardship of one's health. Christians are called to be good stewards of their bodies and to take care of themselves, which includes seeking medical attention and preventative measures, such as vaccines. Finally, it is essential to recognize that the decision not to vaccinate can have serious consequences, not only for the individual but also for the community as a whole. Outbreaks of diseases, such as measles and whooping cough, have been linked to low vaccination rates, which can have devastating consequences, especially for those who are most vulnerable. By choosing to vaccinate, Christians can play a crucial role in protecting their communities and preventing the spread of diseases. In conclusion, while some Christians may believe that vaccines are unnecessary, this perspective is not entirely accurate and can be misleading. The Bible emphasizes the importance of taking care of one's body, and vaccines can be seen as a way to honor God by protecting oneself and others from harm. By choosing to vaccinate, Christians can demonstrate their trust in God's sovereignty, love for their neighbors, and responsibility to be good stewards of their health. Ultimately, vaccines are a vital tool in preventing the spread of diseases and protecting individuals from serious illnesses, and Christians should consider them as an essential part of their healthcare routine.